Welcome to the peak, everyone, where music, creativity, and hustle hit their highest point. I'm your host, Don Father, and today we're elevating with the Brotherly powerhouse from Milwaukee by way of Las Vegas, Tim and Melvin, the visionary duo behind the Hendrix Bros. And so you guys are in Las Vegas right now, is that correct?
Yeah, we are.
Crazy, crazy. We'll get more into that. Of course, there's self-titled albums like HENDRIX BROS 6, Artistry, and Legacy Lives On are growing an empire with bold AI-driven collaborations, over 132,000 Instagram followers, consistent drops, and unique blend of hip-hop and artistry. The HENDRIX Bros, welcome to the peak. And let's take it right to the top. I want to know a question that popped off in my head right off the top is I see all the art behind you. Are you guys drawing that art or did you collect that over time?
Oh, this is our collection. We have like a whole collection here of art.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful. And so you guys are making the art. I see more in there than you could have bought yourself. I already know you're making it.
Some more right now.
Okay, yeah, that's absolutely
Yeah, we
fantastic.
always.
Always been into the painting and the artistry. And so what was first, the painting or the music for you guys?
I would say the. What would you say?
Both. Yeah, because we used to do a lot of singing when we were younger,
Uh-huh.
and the art is pretty much something we always did too. So I would say combination.
Combination, that's dope. And so the first time you guys got into the studio was like a home studio or was it a professional one or how did that start off for you guys when it comes to making music together? I can't really hear you at the moment. It's a little muffled, so let's see, make sure it's not like laying on anything.
Yeah, I used to
There
go
you
to
go.
a lot of random ones.
Uh-huh.
He used to go to a lot of random studios too
Okay.
when we first began,
And that's in Milwaukee
and
area.
then as yeah,
Dope, dope, dope. And so, moving from Milwaukee to Las Vegas, I know that could be a change of like the music scene for you guys. Do you guys get out and do a lot of shows like open mics and stuff, or is it mostly just online presentations?
that's one of our goals. We want to travel. So hopefully, when we start traveling, we could do a lot more of that. But we haven't did it lately. We went to an event last night. That was pretty cool.
Oh, you just went to an event just last night, of course, in Las Vegas. Was it like an open mic, or did you guys get to perform, or how was it?
It was an album listening party. We got to see them perform, and just it was like art everywhere. It was like an art gallery.
No, that's really dope. And so, did you guys have anything in the art gallery, or was it like people from around Las Vegas?
No, we didn't. We just found out about it yesterday.
No, dope. And so, have you guys like ever been in an art gallery? You have a whole art gallery that you're around right now. Do you think about giving your pieces out to museums and stuff, or is that something you want to keep more private?
We sold like thousands of pieces
Yeah.
now, and we had over like 80 shows now
Hmm.
throughout Vegas and the United States. So we have did a lot of shows.
Oh yeah, no, that's super dope. And so, can you walk us through your early days of starting up the painting brand there? When you first started, do you think it was something you were gonna sell? I see you're doing a lot of work now that feature, like famous artistry and stuff like that. Was it always that where you were painting, other people, or did you ever start painting with things that were more private?
He started off like painting like color pencils of like regular people, just customers.
Hmm.
yeah,
So
customers.
yeah, and it grew into us to what we're doing now with the acrylic canvas.
Yeah, no, that's super dope. I think the ability to, go from color pencils, which I think a lot of us started with, upgrading to the acrylic canvases and stuff like that is beautiful. To for you guys to chase your dream and put money behind it, because that stuff is not cheap. Like art materials these days aren't cheap. Where do you guys get the art materials from? Is there like a specific store that you guys feel like is cheaper than others, one that you support more than others, or how does it work for you all?
The deals.
Say it one more time.
Michaels have a lot of deals. That's
Michaels.
where we go
Yeah.
usually.
Yeah, no, that's dope. I heard, there's so many art stores, especially I'm here in Atlanta, in Georgia. There's so many art stores around us, but they're not always the cheapest. They try to like, be stingy with the supplies, and I know it's not cheap to make them, but it's dope that you guys are able to use them in such a creative way. And so that, leads me into the work that you have on your Instagram. And so I see a lot of the faces that you have on your Instagram. One would assume that you're taking these faces and you're making them with what's popular now, AI. So you guys are actually drawing those faces yourself that you use to put your brand on, like the hoodies and such, right?
Well, that's AI
For
for
sure,
sure.
for sure, for sure.
The Yeah, but we're actually painting it on the canvas though.
No, that's dope. And so, how does using that tactic has it helped you guys with like the in a numbers way, in a stats way, with promoting your music? You know, connecting to those artist fans in a way, possibly, or how have you guys seen that pay off for you? Because I've seen you've done it for quite some time there. Do you feel like it's something you'll continue to do?
Yeah, we're just kind of just experimenting. We
Mm-hmm.
don't really know like where it's gonna lead to, but we just gonna yeah, we'll probably keep doing it for sure.
So that's dope. And so you all also use the AI and such to create some of the artwork. Is that right? I create some with the AI myself, and I think I was looking at yours, and I see that it's pretty similar in that aspect. And so, how has creating that AI with the artwork been working for you guys? Has it been something that you'll continue to do, or you think you're going to go back to maybe more traditional you doing it yourself?
But we'll probably always experiment
Mm-hmm.
with it. I'm sure.
Yeah, it's dope. Is there a website in particular you guys use for it? If you want to give out all the secrets, you can. You don't have to spill them. It's the
Uh,
table discussion. It's
Yeah,
a
I'd rather
council.
not.
Yeah, it's a council discussion. I'm already knowing, man. I've been using one called Leonardo myself. I forgot about it quite some
I would
time
say
ago.
I would say Artlist. I would say Artlist. We've been using Artlist.
Yeah, for
I don't
sure.
know if you heard of that.
There's so many of no, I never heard of that
Yeah.
one. Yeah, there's so many of them, man. It's incredible how far they've come, how they've incorporated into our social media apps and stuff. Like how Gronk is on Twitter and stuff. Do you feel like Instagram? I know they have AI portions of Instagram. And this is a question that I want to ask you because I know you guys are very social media forward with a lot of your work. I see you posting a lot there, a lot of videos and such. Where do you feel like the content performs best between all the social media platforms that you posted on?
You said which one is the best?
Yeah, for you guys.
I would say for us is Instagram
that's
because we get more resistance on TikTok and Facebook.
Yeah, for
But I
sure.
would say right now,
Yeah, I definitely know there's a lot of resistance on TikTok with the rules. Hopefully, they got like new owners now, I believe. So maybe that'll change over some of the resistance there is with some of the rules because that's a reason that a lot of people don't feel like they can really grow there, even though a lot of people also feel like that may be the best place for them to grow, especially with like the AI and such. I know they're really political with their rules, and so if 10 people in an important place don't like it, they can decide that that's something that will have your account shadow banned. I don't think that should be the way it is. 'Cause I feel like everybody should have creative freedom, especially the way you guys have overly monetized on the way that you're creative with the AI and the use of other people's likeness in order to grow a brand. I think it's important to know that this is an art style in itself as well. When you guys are taking these famous people and you're adding your own flair to not only how you're painting it on a canvas with the acrylic, but to the backgrounds that you're putting, the custom backgrounds. I feel like it's important for people to know that that's an art style in itself. I want to get back to some of the earlier art you did. Tell us about your first music album that's out on platforms and how that differs from your latest album that's out now.
the first album was Hendrix Bros, just regular Hendrix Bros. We did that in 2019, and it just grew from there. And we're working on seven right now. That should be out in mid February.
No, I think that's dope. So many Hendrix Bros later. Are you guys creating the beats yourself or you work with producers?
We work with a lot of different producers, like Ano Damani. Worked with Static Selector before, different people.
No, that's really, really, really dope. That's, huge, gigantic names. So how did that come about? Were you like just like meet that person online or was that in person?
Everything's been online lately.
For sure. That's dope. Do you pay for a collab with Status Selector or is that like organic?
We paid for it.
Oh, that's dope. I think it's important to invest in that aspect. Did that investment pay off when it comes to stats for the production, or was it more about what that did for the uplifting of the brand?
Can you say it one more time? I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Did that feature, like when you paid for the production there from Status Selected, did that pay off when it comes to stats, or did that help more when it came to just uplifting the quality of the brand?
I wouldn't say it really. We just do it just for the love of it. We not, we try not to really focus on numbers and stats and stuff. But yeah, we really just do it for the love. But no, it didn't really take off the way I thought it would. But
No, that's interesting. I think it's important to, talk about that for people who are looking to invest in their craft further when it comes to, getting these productions from other people or features from other people other than maybe just, spending some time on YouTube learning to produce themselves. Have you guys ever wanted to produce anything yourself?
Yeah, eventually.
So if you could pick any
Yeah,
instrument to
we
learn tomorrow, what would it be?
well we have the ability.
Uh-huh.
It's just we haven't been surrounded by the right people, I would say. But we what would you say?
Yeah, exactly. It's you know, being around like-minded people that are doing, similar types of things. Because I play a lot of instruments myself, so
Yeah, for sure. I think that,
I,
yeah, sorry to cut you off there. Keep going.
oh no, I was saying that way we'll be able to do like live music too with bands, things like that.
And yeah,
We plan to come to Atlanta next month, like after the album drops. So our nephew is out there, so we plan to visit at some point.
yeah, man, we got open studio Sundays. We'll talk more about it off the air. I would love to have you guys come through and collaborate on some music. Talking about, having the right people around you does pop so many questions off in my head. How does it benefit you all to be a duo? A lot of people who are artists who are maybe solo acts, they have these times where they feel like they don't have anyone around them, let alone the right people. And so, how has it benefited you all to be a duo when it comes to motivation and keep going?
Well, it started when our mom passed away in 2013. So I think that kind of made everything, we kind of blended everything together after she passed. So I would say her passing away is what made us really take it more serious.
Yeah, rest in peace. I'm sorry you had to go through that. I know that can't be easy. And so, did that come out to, your expression with that? How did you, deal with that type of loss? Did you feel like you could lean on your artistry to express that?
Yeah, it's a big part of this art is our mom. Like her spirit is definitely in it.
Working through us. Yeah, her spirit, I believe, is working through us to continue the artistry.
Yeah, I feel like that's the way it's supposed to be. Living in power. I feel like that's exactly what it embodies. And so, how would you guys describe your typical, recording process? Like when you want to make a song, do you pick the beat first, or do you have some words first? How does it work for you all as a group?
We normally go by the vibe of the beat first, and we just reflect on that, kind of sit with it, and then eventually we record it.
You get the title.
No,
Yeah, we come up with the title, we kind of talk about it, and then we record it.
that's dope. What is your prized possession? I know you got so many albums out now. You're working on the seventh of a self-titled series of the Hendrix Bros. What is the album, or if it makes it easier, just a song where you're like, man, we really did that. I'm proud of that one.
It's kind of hard to
I
say,
already know.
like, 'cause it's so, every session has a different. We're going through something different, or it's kind of hard to just pick one. It depends on the mood too, so it's hard to say.
Right, and so you make a lot of different types of vibes or styles with your music. When you go in, do you have the style in mind first, or it's just like, man, this beat just makes me feel like this. I'm just gonna go with this. It's just how it is.
We normally just vibe when we get in there, and just
Yeah,
whatever happens, whatever comes out, that's how we've been doing it.
for sure. When you guys get in the studio, you're making like just one song, or are you making multiple songs a night in the studio?
Lately, we've been doing two, but we have done like five at a time in like a 7 hour session, maybe.
And so, are you guys? Would you say you guys are slowing down when you say you're just doing two, or are you guys like picking it up more now?
Um, well, just because our schedule, because we work too,
Hmm.
so lately we've been working a lot more. So um, yeah, that's why we can't record as much as we want to. But
No, I understand you have to have that balance. Can you speak on, for people out there who may feel like they're working too much and they can't get their creativity out? You've been now on both sides here where you've been able to create a lot and now you're working maybe a little bit more. How important is it for you to build that capital for you to support your business?
um, it's really about what are we leaving here when we're not, after we're no longer here. That's like my main thing. It's like what are you leaving behind? You know, for people when you're not here.
I think that that may be the most important thing.
What would you say?
I agree. I think most important thing is you're doing it for the love of it, so the work really doesn't matter. It's all your energy is, like you said, for the longevity of it, and the passion of it is always first. So once you work hard enough, you won't consider what you love working. So the ultimate goal is getting to that balance area where nothing's forced. It's just what you do.
Yeah, that's facts. And so, what would you guys say is the legacy that you want to leave behind, with the Hendrix Bros music specifically?
Um, I would say just like soulful vibes, just inspirational music, motivational music, just stuff to help other artists be inspired.
Yeah, I think that's something that we need more of, man. We got so little of that right now.
I think the artistry in general, wherever it might be cooking, sewing, designing, is the love of it. The love of it keeps you at the highest frequency in your existence. So that's probably the highest power that you really have once you tap into the love of what you're doing.
Yeah, I think that if you don't love what you're doing, man, it's gonna be really, really difficult to do it. It's really gonna not come easy. You're not gonna be able to have all these paintings around you, all these paintings on the floor, all these paintings on the floorboards and stuff. If you don't really love what you're doing, it's important to be surrounded by what you love as well. So it's really dope to see you guys surrounded by that with all the music that you release and all the artwork that you're doing. You have such a plethora of music out. You have such a plethora of art out. You've made so many sales with the artistry. What's next for you guys? Do you guys ever see this going to another step, or you guys just want to cruise along with the amazing work that you've been doing so
Well,
far?
our goal is a tour. We want to go on tour and like really see the world and like show, do art shows at different galleries around the United States.
Yeah, I think to combine the music and the art, that would be dope. Where are some places that you guys have been like dreaming that, oh man, if I could just go to this state, I would kill it?
I think we'll buy with Atlanta, New York, Chicago. Back want to go back to LA.
No, I feel like those are the best places you could be, hands down. And so, how does someone get to working on that? I know you guys may be in the early stages or just beginning that. What is the blueprint like for a upcoming underground artist who has been making all this capital with their art so far, and now they want to take it on the road and show other people? What does it look like in the planning room for you guys?
What would you say?
You have to say the last part of it. Yeah.
I would say just consistency. Like don't ever stop. Always keep creating, no matter how discouraged you feel or you don't feel like doing it. Just always stay consistent, no matter what.
Yeah, no, I feel like that's the important thing, and I feel like eventually someone, when you stay consistent in doing what you love, will recognize it. And then once you're able to, get that capital from that recognition, if you monetize it correctly, you could take that, use it to go on tour. That way you can triple it and double it in other states. And I feel like that's coming for you guys specifically. It's definitely on the way. Getting back into the music, I want to talk about the project that you're working on, the Hendrix Bros 7. What's been the some hard parts about recording? Every day is not easy in the studio. I know you guys are out here, just getting out your expressions onto the art, onto the canvas, whether that be a beat or a white acrylic canvas. But what has been the hardest part about making the Hendrix Bros 7 in comparison to the other projects?
I would say just a lack of sleep. Like we haven't been really sleeping the way we want. Be rested when you go in there because we've been working so much. So that's probably the hardest part about this particular album.
Yeah, no, I understand.
What would you say?
Yeah, I agree. It was having lesser time to put your lyrics together, so you're kind of going at a faster speed. But a lot of times when I do that, mine's come out a lot more sharper. So I think it's helping my lyrics come out a lot bolder, I guess, and better and clear.
No, I definitely feel that. I feel like I had to balance myself between when I began, I wrote a lot. Now in the studio, when I write, I almost feel like I'm thinking of too many lines before I can even sit and spell out some of the words for the first line. So it's better for me to just punch in these days. I think, that's something that really helps out. And so are you punching in or are you just writing it in a short time?
Punching in.
Yeah, so are you guys engineering yourself or like where do you guys record now? You still at a bunch of different studios?
Right now, we're going to the Hideout in Junction.
And so that's in Las Vegas.
Yeah, Las Vegas.
That's dope. How close is that to like, the city of Las Vegas? Like what people would know Las Vegas for, like the strip.
Well, Junction is uh, maybe a minute, 2 minutes away from the strip, and
Oh
then
man.
the Hideout is right here in Henderson. So,
That's dope. And so how does it feel to record there in comparison to recording in Milwaukee?
um,
Or is there
I would
is
say
there
I'm
not a
more.
difference?
I would say I just feel more creative out here. Like I feel more. I don't know what would you say.
I would say I feel a lot more confident, a lot uh, freer, and I just know the timing of what I got to be done with it. As far as like executing like right away, um, it just comes more natural. I think in the studios here because of the experience.
Yeah, that's dope. Of course, the experience is something that you can't take away from yourself. Maybe, that time in Milwaukee is how you can feel so confident here in Las Vegas doing it the way you do now. And the environment's just a bonus to all that. I think it's really dope. I think I actually have never recorded in Las Vegas myself. I would love to get out there and try out some of those studios. I could not imagine recording 2 minutes away from
You
something like the Strip.
you do music too?
Yeah. I do music, a lot of engineering, producing, artistry myself. I got a couple albums out, but man, we may have to collab one day, man. I wouldn't mind hopping on a track for sure.
Yeah, we're always. That's what we're all about, collaboration. So
Yes, sir. What are some of the, notable collaborations that you guys feel like you're proud of?
I would say KRS One. Um, I like what we did with Young Bino recently, and we got more music with Young Bino coming. Um, I don't know what would you say.
Um, like the one we did with Juvenile, Conway the Machine. Let's see, Lil Wayne, Project Pat.
Oh
Those
yeah.
are some of the ones I like to.
Yeah, those are super dope. And so most of those features, are you incorporating them in or are you paying for them? How they come about?
Mostly through Ano Damani, Annie Damani.
Mm-hmm.
He usually send me a message, email, and he provides those.
And that's like the best connect you can have, man. Shout out to Goat. And so those collabs that you have, big names there. I'm not even gonna mention my favorites because that may put other ones. I don't want to show my card or anything like that. But those are really, really, really amazing features. Do you feel like you're going to continue down the route of getting those features through them, or do you want to go more of the solo work? Do you feel like it's worth it for you to continue down that route?
Eventually, I do want to work with these people in person instead of just getting the verse
Mm-hmm.
sent to him. But um, I think it's all going to happen when it's the right timing.
Yeah, no, I think it's all gonna happen when it's the right timing as well, and it'll definitely happen for you guys. I see a lot of power and how you're planning things, how you're moving. It's very strategic the way you talk about your art and your artistry, and that's on purpose. When you move that way, things are bound to come your way. What is something that you would give to an artist that's maybe 10 years behind your shoes, man? They're just coming up, they're just now really starting out. They don't have thousands of sales from their art, they don't have people tuned in to their social media and all that, man. What advice would you give to them?
I would just say find your style and just stick with that and just plant one seed at a time, and eventually you'll start to see it grow. You know.
I would say continue to put out content regardless of the doubters and the naysayers. Always put out whatever you feel that sounds good to you so you can kind of find your signature style, when you get to that certain age. and you can be investing as in yourself as well. So pretty much do whatever you think it takes to advance yourself to a place where you're not doing things you don't want to do. So just really embrace the gift while you have the ability, and you have the you can move a lot quicker and get ahead of the game where you don't have to work for someone else, but you can actually work for yourself.
Oh man, it's beautiful. I couldn't have said it better myself, and I didn't, man. It's the Hendrix Bros. Before we get out of here, is there anyone that you guys want to shout out? I know you guys do a lot of collaborative work between yourselves. I know you have your Connect that brings you those features. Who else has been really instrumental to your success so far?
Who would you say? Um,
That's mental.
I would say it's been mostly us, honestly. Like we've been really grinding
Yeah, we push
without
each
any
other.
team really.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people supported us. I guess shout them out, like Yang Yang. He's been real supportive lately. Um, who else would you say?
My dad is another one.
Yeah, our dad, our sister.
My daughter.
Yeah, we have like a few supporters.
Man, say he's keeping it PayPal's, man. It's the friends and family group. I love, how it's supported between the family. I think if you keep it that way, you'll always stay true to yourself and your sound. It's been absolutely fantastic having you guys on with us, Tim and Melvin of the Hendrix Bros. Is there anything you guys want to say before we get out of here?
Um,
I would say thanks for having us on, and everybody in the world. Stay creative.
Yes, sir, man. You guys make sure you check out Hendrix Bros 7 coming soon. Can we get a date? What are we looking at?
I'm gonna say mid-February because we have a few things we have to finish before we actually, put it out. But I would say mid-February for sure.
Oh man, that's close. That means it's coming, man. It's been absolutely amazing talking to you guys. Make sure you guys follow the Hendrix Bros on all platforms and make sure you guys tap into the music. Until next time, guys, we'll see you. Thank you for tapping into the peak.